Hello, I'm Dr. Evan Mahoney, your acupuncture pain management specialist and creator of the Fountain of Youth Muscle Stretch series. Today we're going to demonstrate our famous hang from a tree, eliminate back pain stretch. This is a stretch for lower back pain, and for the psoas muscle it is a decompression stretch as well. To explain this stretch, we're going to demonstrate it on the example of the inversion table. Come this way. You may be familiar with the inversion table. You step in it, it's attached at the ankles, and it swings you upside down. It does two things. It separates the vertebrae and it stretches the muscles of the back for pain relief. Well, we can accomplish the same thing as the inversion table with our hanging back stretch. I'm going to demonstrate two stretches. The first is going to be pretty straightforward, while the second I do need to explain a little bit. The second includes the psoas muscle stretch. Now, the psoas muscle is the strongest muscle in the body. The psoas muscle attaches at the 5 lumbar vertebrae here on the lower back. The job of the psoas muscle is to flex the hip like this. So, even though the psoas muscle attaches at the back, it runs very deep down the front of the groin to flex the hip like this. I'm going to use my biceps as an example. As I'm standing straight and upright, my psoas muscle is extended, but if my legs are flexed, my psoas muscle is contracted. Because the psoas muscle is the strongest muscle in the body, if we are in a sitting position, the psoas muscle is contracted, and a very common type of back pain is from the sitting to standing position. And in this case, the psoas muscle is contracted. It may not want to release itself from that position. So in order to stretch the psoas muscle, we have to do the opposite of this, which is this. Angling and arching the hip in a backwards direction. So, you can film me. So on stretch number 2 that we're going to show you, we're going to incorporate a psoas muscle stretch using the hang from a tree, eliminate back pain stretch. We're going to demonstrate now. Okay. Before doing this stretch, we advise you to consult with your doctor. If you have a history of shoulder pain, discomfort, injury, then refrain from doing this stretch. If there is any pain in the shoulder or any part of the body doing this stretch, then just pull off and refrain from doing this stretch. So once again, consult with your doctor and avoid if you have any kind of shoulder injury, history of illness, discomfort. We're going to start with stretch number 1 first. I'm standing parallel with the bar. I grab it, I walk my feet in front, and then I just fall back. And I'm just letting the weight of gravity, pull and stretch my lower back to the ground. We're just using gravity to pull and stretch. This was stretch number 1. In my opinion, it's easier on the shoulders. So if there is shoulder discomfort, you may want to try stretch number 1. Stretch number 2, we're going to include the psoas muscle. So, as you can see, right now my left leg, my hip is being arched in a backwards direction. I'm letting the weight of gravity pull the back. I'm relaxing my stomach muscles, just letting the weight of gravity pull and stretch. You can do one leg at a time. You can switch legs. Or you can do both legs at the same time, which is what I prefer doing. And you'll see you can do varying angles. Your feet do not have to be so far behind you. They can just be almost vertical underneath you. And this will provide a really good stretch for the lower back. You can read about this stretch in my book, Eliminate Back Pain, Hang from a Tree, available on Amazon.com. You can read my other books as well, Psalm Medical Meditation series. I'm Dr. Evan Mahoney. This is part of the Fountain of Youth Muscle Stretch series. Thank you very much. You can do this hanging back stretch several times in a single session. For example, I may stretch and then I'll walk a little bit and I'll come back and stretch again, and I'll walk and I'll stretch again. I'll do upwards of a set of from 4 to 10 times with this stretch. Stretch if it's comfortable for you, if you enjoy it. There's really no limitation, but if there is any discomfort, then you have to pull back on doing this stretch. And I do it several times in the day. I do it every day. So this is something you may want to incorporate into your daily life.